Welcome to Create Your Own Economy podcast, the weekly podcast that equips you with the know-hows, the strategies, tools, and resources to create your own economy, grow your business, and live the life you desire. If you have not done so, hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode. What lessons have you learned from the entrepreneurs in your life? What wisdom have they impacted on you? How have you transformed those lessons into business success? Today, Dr. Tiffany Slater will really talk about the inspirations that she got from her parents and how she has turned those into business success. So inspired by her parents' entrepreneurial legacy, this incredible woman transformed her vision into a thriving business. Hello and welcome. I am your host, Bunmi Ajibade. Today we dive into the topic, the entrepreneurial influence, how Dr. Tiffany Slater turned inspiration into business success. Dr. Tiffany, welcome to Create Your Own Economy podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. I have been waiting for today. I have been waiting. And while we are really waiting to hear from her, I really want to take a moment to share some things about this incredible woman. Dr. Slater has been a PR professional for over 25 years, and I will take a minute to read her bio. I had to make it shorter because it's really long. So with experience in all aspects of human resources, her diverse experience is a testament to the fact that entrepreneurial lessons can be learned from all industry. Dr. Tiffany's parents, both successful business owners, instilled in her an entrepreneurial spirit from a young age. Their influence was a guiding force in refining her craft and ultimately starting her own consultancy, a testament to the power of family influence in shaping our entrepreneurial journeys. One of our highest joys is inspiring others to reach their highest level of achievement. That's why she's so passionate about helping small business owners create HR systems and policies that support the whole company. Her live series, Conversations with Consultants, highlights necessary resources that make a business owner's work life better and easier. I see every time, people talk about better work-life balance for entrepreneurs, and this is where she comes in, and we'll talk more about that. Creating a work environment that promotes joy for the owner and their team. In March 2022, the Missouri Minority Business Development Agency recognized Dr. Tiffany as a stellar woman business leader and celebrated her success. This recognition is a testament to her hard work and dedication. Again, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So I'm going to start with this question. Your parents' influence. How did that influence you to start your business?
Watching my parents, amongst other family members, have their own business while also working full-time jobs that they both retired from, it showed me that anything was possible. because they had a lounge or what is now called a bar. And I mean, that's almost a 24-hour operation, but they had full-time jobs at the same time. So they showed me that it was possible to have your own business and to also live a life that you love.
So hard work, that is, hard work, because full-time job and then side hustle.
Yes.
So you are not afraid to work hard.
I am not afraid to work hard. And I also must say that along my entrepreneurial journey, I've learned that being good at something also doesn't mean that you have to work hard.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if you set up your systems effectively and you have the right people on your team, it is not always necessary for you to be the one that is grinding and hustling and trying to make all the gears turn at the same time. So working hard does not necessarily mean success. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've made it to whatever level of success that you are achieving. So I definitely, that is what I've learned along my journey. But from them, just to reiterate, I learned the value of doing something that you love, because they really enjoyed having the bar. It was hard. It was stressful at times, but they enjoyed it. I also learned, because of the type of business that they had, because it was a bar and there were so many people that came there, I learned how to interact with, communicate, and share space with people from all walks of life. And I mean, if you can imagine the type of people that come into a neighborhood bar, it's politicians, policemen, postmen, and I hope to not offend anybody, but prostitutes and pimps. So, people who were, drug addicts or alcoholics, but they were all human to me. They were all people that had families that were nice and kind to me. So that was another very important lesson that I learned as a result of being a part of that community, because it really was a community. Still to this day, I run into people who used to frequent their establishment, and they know me, they remember me. They may still be friends with my parents. So it was just a really great experience that helped to shape me as a person.
So you talked about you learned interaction, communication. And from all the different people that came to your parents' business space, I could see that there's no judgment.
Yeah, as a kid, who are you to judge anyway? You don't know anything.
But even your parents were not judging the people that were coming in.
Exactly.
So you could have learned no judgment, because I could see you as a leader in the community. All the accolades that you have gotten is because you learned that from your parents. Mm-hmm. Now, as an adult, you don't judge people, and you are there to support, businesses, because you don't judge.
Yeah. I'm definitely not being judgmental when we're working with clients is definitely important, because that definitely helps them to feel safe with us. And it also helps to build trust, because human resources is really personal. It's really personal. And a lot of times we work with companies that come to us and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I did this right, or I'm pretty sure we don't have that either. And they're uncomfortable having that conversation. And I'm like, it's okay. Most companies don't have this. There are some large companies that don't have this. That's why you hired us. It's all good. Feel free to share with us what you do have so that we can take a look at it and help you with that. But whatever you don't have, we're going to make it for you. So, yeah, I mean, it definitely helps in that regard as well.
Okay. So, as I will talk about this even before we started or when we first spoke. Like my parents also, I observed them build businesses. Some businesses failed. After so many years, they retired some businesses when they moved from city to city. Some businesses failed because of them, because of some actions they took. Were there some things that your parents did in their business that you said, I don't want to repeat that because that won't work now?
Yeah, I don't know that I consciously did this, but when just looking back at it, one of the things that I didn't do was start my business while working another job. I did start it, but actually working full time in the business and giving it all I had, I did that after I quit because I was very clear that I didn't want to divide myself like that and that I wanted to really create a life that I could love, and working 20 hours a day was not something that I was interested in doing ever. Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's a choice that's a choice. We all make that choice.
Yes.
Again, nowadays we see that many people have to make that choice because whatever is coming to them on their job is not enough to pay the bills, so they have to do a side hustle. So some people have to make that choice to have a side hustle while they're still on the job. For me, one of the things that my parents did that I told myself that I won't do in the state that they did it, the exact way that they did it, was hiring family without real written down. You know how you have HR. You know how in the olden days, just come and work for me.
Yes.
Although they are getting paid, but they behave as if, oh, I'm just serving my brother, my cousin, as if they're just doing it for free. No. That if I'm going to hire my family, they are also going to have their letter of employment and all that, everything like everybody else.
Yes.
And if I will fire you, I will fire you like everybody else. So your kind of job will be very good for me to hire a fractional HR to help me, which my parents didn't do. They didn't have that opportunity there. Does that make sense?
Yes, it definitely does. Yes. So you decided that you are only going to hire people, family and anyone else, if it is done in a very professional and organized way and not handshake agreements.
Yes.
Yes.
Because the handshake agreement, although it was good then, it still caused them trouble.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It still caused them trouble.
Yes.
It caused them their relationship. It caused them their friendship. It caused them whatever. They have built a relationship for years. It costs them a lot of stuff, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So yeah, yeah. Now when you are looking at your business, what are some values that you will say, um, the values that have really helped your success?
Some of the value, well, actually, so we have our values on our website, and I honestly I think that they're all important to and have contributed to our success in to some degree. The first one and the most important one for us is joy. We believe that everyone should have a joyful work experience. Everyone. We also value diversity, not just because it's cliche, but because we believe that our team should be reflective of the people that we serve and that people should see themselves in the services that they receive. We also value collaboration. It's not possible to run a business all by yourself unless you want to stay small and tiny. And that's okay too. And you want to be the person that wears all the hats. That's okay. That's just not the way that we choose to grow HR Tailor Made. So results is another value of ours. We believe that whatever our goal is or whatever our client goal is for our work, we believe in delivering the results that we agreed to. So those are some of the values that we have that we believe are essential to the success of our organization, our team, and our clients. The last one is relationships. I built HR Tailor Made on relationships. Also, within our organization, our team, we are in relationship with each other and we really like each other. We support each other. We laugh a lot on our calls. We share our business, our personal business on our calls. So joy and relationships, those are the top two values that we hold dear in HR Tailor Made.
Yes, when I look at your website, see everybody there. They all have, everybody they all have. They are coming in with different skill set, so that because if you alone cannot wear all the hats, you'll be overwhelmed, and then you get home, snap on the boys. Then why are you doing the work? And your family cannot enjoy you, and they see mama coming in and they run inside the house. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, how do you handle setback? Because I know, no matter how good, there will be some times that things don't align. You know what I mean?
I do.
And at that moment, when things don't align, how do you handle that setback?
Yeah. So one of my mentors, she sent me a picture of a roller coaster. And it was saying that it was the entrepreneurial or the entrepreneur's roller coaster of emotions or something like that. And it's so true because you can be so high one day and the next day you're like, oh, I didn't get that contract. And the next day, oh my gosh, I got, invited to be on a podcast. And then the next day I lost another contract, so it is up and down. And they are, for me emotionally, they feel like setbacks because I have a really strong desire to grow this organization. And it feels like every time something happens, I'm like, oh my goodness, this happened. But I remember that God gives us the desires of our heart.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen today, that does not mean that it's not going to happen. It just means that today wasn't the day. So that is how I handle setbacks. I pray about it and I remind myself that God has got you. You've not had to close the doors of HR Tailor Made yet or ever. You've not missed a payroll. You have an amazing team. You have amazing clients. So that's how I handle setbacks. I think positively about them and I remember God's promise.
Yes, remember God's promising and just be consistent, right?
Yes.
Because at times, if it doesn't happen, if we allow negativity to just sit in and then we just, oh, maybe nobody likes me. Maybe I'm not in any pride. Oh, be consistent, ongoing. If one door shuts down, go look for knock more doors, And, there's so many people listening to us right now. Maybe they didn't have the experiences from their parents. Maybe they also had businesses, right? Maybe their parents also had businesses, but they had series of businesses that failed and they didn't have the experiences. Can they succeed in their own business? What advice can you give them their business now?
Mm-hmm. So I think some of the best advice that I've been given related to being a business owner and that I've held on to is to be kind to yourself.
Kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself because, first of all, let's remember that you believed in yourself and you took a leap of faith. And entrepreneurship is a faith walk. That's for believers and non-believers. Whatever you believe in, entrepreneurship is a faith walk that you cannot do alone. And for believers, you are walking that walk with God because it is a journey. And we have to remember that we took a leap of faith. We trusted ourselves. We trusted God in a time when many others continue to go and clock in every single day to work for someone else. And I am not saying that as a knock on people who work for other people. That is wonderful because I couldn't have a business if people didn't work for other people. Right. So, but that's not something that I choose to do anymore. And the path that we take as an entrepreneur, it's hard. It's in my mind, it is the equivalent of scaling a mountain versus taking the when you're skiing and instead of taking the ski lift. That to me is the difference. So be kind to yourself and just remember, I did the hard thing. I took the hard path because I believe in me, because I believe in my business, I believe in my service or my product, or because I want to change the world in ways that I cannot do if I'm working for someone else. I'm helping them change the world in the way that they want to. But as an entrepreneur, I am walking my own path and I'm doing the things that I want to do because I believe that they are important.
Yes, not because of your parents alone, so they have to do it also because of them.
Yes.
You are responsible for you. Do not say because your parents did not have the good experience, their business, therefore don't have anybody to learn from, or you didn't learn from your parents. Now you can get a mentor in the industry. You can get a mentor. You are listening to the podcast, right? You are listening to Dr. Tiffany. She's sharing her story. sure you listen to other people. We are here to support you. You cannot to go. And what Dr. Tiffany said, that even of whatever you take that guide, don't have an excuse to say, I'm going to light the fire from being advised. So as we round up, Dr. Tiffany, what resources can our audience benefit from the organization, right? What really do you have that is benefit?
Yeah. So on my website, one of the things that entrepreneurs often come to us for is onboarding advice. And so I made it into a checklist. So they can go to my website, hrtailormade.com, and download the onboarding checklist. And it's very useful tool because if we don't onboard our people the right way, it's easy for them to leave because they don't feel like they can be successful and they don't necessarily have the tools necessary to be successful.
We are going to put that link for you as you look, as you listen. There will be the link for you to go and listen and download the checklist on their website. So, last word. What would be the last word for them? Call to action. Call to action for our listeners.
Call to action, go to hrtailormade.com and download the onboarding checklist.
Yes. So, Dr. Tiffany Slater, I really appreciate you for sharing your heart, for sharing your insight with us. Again, go to hrtailormade.com and follow Dr. Tiffany. She's on Twitter. She's on Instagram, on YouTube, right?
Yes.
YouTube, and we will put all those things out. And Create Your Own Economy podcast is presented by Claro Growth Resources. We are an organization to promote the growth and development of health and businesses. We do coaching, training, and mentoring. And if you want to start a business, but you are not sure you are ready, we invite you to go to our website. There's a 10-point checklist that you can take to determine if you are ready to start a business. You can go to clarogr.com/checklist and just see where you are. You don't want to stay on the sideline. Be proactive in your life. Take a step. We are here to support you. We look forward to seeing you the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The best gift you can give me is by sharing this podcast with your friends, your family, and reviewing it, which will help this podcast to grow organically. If you want to create your own economy and live the life that you deserve, join my next workshop or schedule time with me. My purpose may as well be to help you on your journey. Visit clarogr.com/workshop. See you again next week.